What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Inferno here, and I'm checking in once again with yet another tutorial. Yes, sir. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how I was able to create the logo I have on screen and ended up deriving a t-shirt design out of. So without much ado, let's get to work. So software of choice is Adobe Illustrator. So you can get yours installed so that you can move along. All right. So I'll go to File, New. This time around, we are going to create a new artboard, not a new canvas. This is Illustrator. Okay. All right. So unit of measurement 5 by 5. I like working with 5 by 5 dimensions for my logo designs. That is what I normally do. So 5 width, 5 height. So all of them in inches. Okay. Resolution is on. Okay. So you can come to print and you change the unit of measurement to inches and 5, 5, change to RGB because you are working on the screen, okay, and change this to RGB, changes to 300 ppi and go to create. So just like that, we have our artboard. Okay, so let's start work. So this is what we are going to create. So I was tasked with designing a logo for Worship Factory, and one of the themes of Worship Factory was this house that has this chimney, factory chimney on top of it, depicting chimney, and also the logo, as I will read, was to have the name of the brand, which in this case is Worship Factory, boldly written. So everything that I did in here is based on that. So follow me carefully as we develop. So I normally design outside my canvas for flexibility. That is me, and I don't know how you work. So I'm going to design outside the canvas and I'll later on import, okay, for flexibility. Okay, all right. So T for the type to, just as we have in Photoshop, and you left click. So type worship, okay, worship. Press escape to register action. Hold shift alt, left click and drag to increase the size, like so. Change the font from Myriad Pro to Pro Dash. Okay, Pro Dash. So you can save the font. Okay, you can screenshot and save the font. Okay, Pro Dash font. Good. So let me duplicate. Now name this factory. Okay, all that I'm doing is for erasing. Okay, so that I'll get a duplicate of this test, and because I'm going to manipulate it and then I'm not going to get a chance to edit it, so I have to get a duplicate. Okay, all right, so I have this like so, and I'll go like this. I'll click here, the make envelope option, and I would see blend this, style is on bulge, and blend is -3. It can be -4, but I chose -3, and it should be horizontal, and you go to okay. So like so, hold shift alt, left click and drag inwards to get this. So just like that. And have created these lines. The lines symbolize uniqueness. Okay, the lines symbolize uniqueness and free flow. Okay, so that when you're designing logos, you listen to the brief of the client so that you don't end up creating what they don't want. So you're going for the pen to, you left click at a point to introduce, you left click at the end, drag to create something like so. And if you're okay, you release. Press V for the move to create a new layer again. P for the pen to, this time around, left click here and drag here like so. and release. So like this, okay, roughly like so. In here, increase your stroke width from 1 to somewhere like 7. Change the stroke type to this, and click on properties in here and swap, okay, like this. Okay, for dynamism, okay, dynamism, and increase the width to somewhere like so. Press A for the direct select to left click here and drag like so. Hold Alt, left click here and then manipulate the curve. Before the move to come up here and increase the width to like so. So you click here to look for the width, so it's 9. So drag over, press Ctrl C to copy, click on this, click in there, press Ctrl A to select everything, Ctrl V to paste, and change the stroke type to this. And inside your properties, okay, swap this to get you this, okay, like so. I hope you are following. Okay, good. Everything is for dynamism, okay, the dynamism element of the logo, or free flowing. So I would take this file group and then hold shift and then left click and drag like so to get this, okay. Double click in there to make the layer editable. Press enter to break it, press Ctrl A to select everything, click on properties here and reduce the line spacing like so, okay. With everything selected, click in here and change the font style to radius, okay. Increase the tracking or line spacing like so, and press escape to register. In Illustrator, escape registers action, okay. Unlike Photoshop, that it is Control Enter. So just left click and drag like so, and you're good. Click in here, click on any layer, but make sure it is the top layer, okay, for hierarchy reasons, and click in here to add a new layer. Click here to select the layer to make sure that the layer is selected. Press P for the pen to press this, okay, for this to line segment to, and then left click and drag like so, okay. V for the move to, okay. So click on it, click on the stroke icon here to enable it, and then click on this to colorize it. You have black and like so, okay, like so. Select this, make sure that the line segment, the line created by the line segment to by you is copied. So hold Alt, left click and drag and then bring it here, because you want to create a duplicate of the same line, okay. All right, so A for the direct select to, and then click on this point and then move it down here somewhere like so, okay. V for the move to, then you get something like this, okay. Very good. Left click on this, left click and drag, okay, to duplicate. Sorry, you left click on this, hold Alt, left click and drag to create a duplicate, okay. Creating a duplicate in Adobe Illustrator can be left click and drag, can be Alt, left click and drag on a layer, okay. When you do that, it's going to create a duplicate of that particular object, okay. All right, so like so, you hold shift, left click and drag like so, and let's go. Shift, Control Shift, okay, and left click and drag inwards. You see, Control Shift, left click and drag inwards, okay. So you drag to your right, okay. When you drag to your right, it reduces. When you drag to your left, it increases, okay. So like so. Double click and type EST 2019. Control A and click on properties and reduce the font size, okay. Change the font type from here, make it axis, okay. Select it, press escape to register, left click and click on it, left click and drag inwards, okay. like so. Left click and drag inwards like so, and increase the kerning. Okay, kerning. Okay, increase the kerning to somewhere around 800. Okay, so double click here and type 800. If it is too much, reduce it to somewhere around 400, and reduce the font size as well. Okay, so just like the date of establishment. Okay, so like so. Okay, like so. Hope you get it. All right. So we are left with this is what I'm creating. Control R is going to introduce the rulers. So this is the factory. There will be a factory here. Okay. This is the factory. Okay. This is the factory. Okay. And this is the base or the foundation of the factory. Okay. So everything is moving in accordance to something. Everything is following a brief. Okay, so when you're designing, make sure that whatever you're doing is following a brief. Okay, so that you don't make mistakes. All right. So I would come in here, and then I have inside my resources, I have something here. Okay, inside my resources. So the factory building. So I would introduce it by left clicking and dragging it inwards. Okay. And then like so, you select it, and then you first click here to embed it. Okay, so that you can apply image trace, and then you image trace it to silhouette. Okay, left click and then select silhouette. We are fine with this, so let's expand here and then go to window and okay, Pathfinder. Okay, so window, Pathfinder, and then you select divide. Select divide. Okay, there's an error here, so let me quickly delete it. Okay, come in here, drag it inwards like so. Okay, and embed first, image trace, silhouettes, and then like this. Okay, Control X. Let's create a new layer here. Control Shift V. Then let's. Okay, it appears nothing is working. It appears nothing is working. So let me confirm it from here. Everything looks okay from here. Okay, so there's no need for us to trim and then divide again. So let's like so. We create a new layer on top. Okay, and then I for the eyedropper to sample. Make sure that the layer is selected, the new layer is selected. Press P for the pen to left click, left click, left click, left click, left click, left click like so. Okay, select this and select that. First select this and then come here, expand. Okay, and then let me drag over. Let me select this. Okay, let me drag over everything. Then let me come here. Okay, and then ungroup. So this time around, I can delete these. Okay, like so. Okay, all right. So with this done, we just drag it here. Hold Shift Alt, left click and drag inwards, and move it like so. Okay. Hold Shift Alt, move it out. P for the pen to left click here. Okay, V for the move to click on it once and move it here, like so. Okay, so like this. Okay, and then increase the size. Okay, good. Create a new layer. U for the shape to M for the rectangle to, and L for the ellipse to. Okay, then drag it like so. Okay, switch with this okay, or Shift X and increase the stroke width. Okay, P for the pen to T for the text to left, hold Alt and the left click. Okay, to get this, left click on path to get this, and like so. Control A, click here, reduce the font size like so. Okay, Control A, select everything. Control C, click here to deselect. Press Control V to paste. Control A, and change the font style to Roboto like so, and reduce the kerning to 0. Press Control A, Control C, Control V, Control V. Okay, hold down Shift, add Alt, left click and drag inwards to get this, and increase the size of the bars in there like so, like so. Okay, don't worry about the S's, we are going to fix them. Okay, all right. So come in here, you drag it underneath everything like so. Okay, P for the pen to create a new layer by left clicking on this. Okay, and come in here. So I also have this chimney here, so I'll just drag and drop it. Okay, so left click and drag it in there, and like so. You embed first, image trace, silhouettes, expand, and you select this. If you select everything, you select this. So on group, okay, on group, select this, add that. So okay, left click, hold Shift, left click, Shift, left click, Shift, left click, and then move them like so. Okay, all right. So move them here. Okay, let me drag over here and delete the SS's like so. I don't want them. So with this selected, I'll just go to P for the pen to left click here, left click here. Okay. So Control plus Z to undo if you do something that you end up not liking. So left clicking, I'm just left clicking to create a point, and then I'll click here to close, just as we have in Photoshop. And just like that, we have our chimney. So I just drag over everything, press Control C to copy them together. Okay, very good. Come up here. Okay. Okay, come up here, create a new layer once again, and then Control V to paste. Okay. Hide this one and then lock it. Okay. Select this and then move it down here, like so. And let's do this. You have one more trick on our sleeves. Okay. So P for the pen to, okay, and I for the eyedropper to sample a color from here. P for the pen to once again. Left click and drag, left click and drag. Okay, like so. Okay, no left click and drag, left click. Left click. So I'm left clicking, no left click and drag. Okay, so just left click, left click, left click. Okay, all right. So like so. Okay, just like that. Okay, so I'll click on the created path again. P for the pen to left click and then adjust it to my preference like so, or let's say like so. So just like that. Okay, so I'll take these and then I'll scale down a little bit and try to tilt them a bit. Press on this control, press A for direct select to, and then move these. Okay, like so. Are you following? Okay. So just like that. Okay, just like that. So I'm just navigating with space bar and left clicking and dragging. Okay, so just like that, we are through. So let's select these lines. Okay, right click on them. They are characters or they are glides, so you have to convert them into outlines or objects in Illustrator before we can delete each of them. Okay, dynamically. Okay, So we just have to go to create outlines first, and then we are not done. So afterwards, we would select this application, hold shift, and then or hold control and click on this layer, okay, and then come in here, okay, divide and trim, okay, and then let's see, nothing worked, okay. So let's redo it. We select this, okay, by using this, hold control, select this, okay, and then go to, okay, divide and trim, and now we have this, okay. Come to properties, and the release here like so, and then on group, okay, and now we can delete, okay, left click, delete, left click, delete, left click. So we are deleting the unwanted areas. That area was wanted, so let me drag over these, okay, drag over these, okay, like so, drag, okay. So I'm deleting the area that I don't want. The nice thing about Illustrator is that it gives you the chance when you hover around to get some paths that you might not see with your eyes, and then you get them downloaded. So I just drag over and give me an idea of what some things were hiding. Control Z, left click and delete, left click and delete, left click and delete, left click and delete. So like so, okay, good. So right now select this, P for the pen to click here to register, press V, left click and move up. Okay, I want to get these ones, okay, left click, shift, left click, shift, left click. So I first left click before I use shift plus left click is to add to selection, okay, left click, move down, left click, shift, left click, shift, left click, shift, left click, and I moved up, left click and drag down like so, okay. So just like that, we are there, okay. Drag over these, shift to isolate guides, shift click to isolate guides, left click, shift alt left click and drag to your left to scale down and then reposition like so, and just like that, okay. So I would first create a duplicate by dragging over and left clicking and dragging, okay. So I would drag over like so, okay. Now hold alt left click and drag to get me this, okay. I would select this together with shift. I go to objects, path. I'll go to objects, path, outline, stroke, okay. Now select this line, hold shift, select this line, object, path, outline, stroke, okay. And just like that, our logo has been completed. So I'll just have some, I'll just drag over and delete, okay, drag over, shift, okay. So I'll reduce the size by holding shift, alt, left click and drag inwards, okay, and then reposition, shift, alt, left click and drag inwards, shift, alt, left click and drag inwards to get me something like this, and reposition like so, okay. Right now we have a duplicate, so I can do whatever I want with it, okay. So I'll just select this and go to objects, envelope distort, and I'll go to expand. Now I have this, okay. So that is that for our logo, okay. That is that for our logo. So we are going to have to take it to Photoshop and do the t-shirt design thing, okay. So I spotted some unwanted styles, so I just left click them and delete, okay, left click, delete, left click, delete, left click, delete. All these ones are unwanted, left click, delete, 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 like so, okay. Sometimes you have to select it twice before you can delete the actual thing. So right now the logo is completed and then see you in Photoshop. Okay, see you in Photoshop. So I have Photoshop opened now, so let's get to work. So I would load this file, hang shirts, new. So this is like a mockup. So that was where I presented the logo on the t-shirt. Okay, this is where I presented the logo on the t-shirt. So I really hope you're enjoying the video. Okay, let's get moving. So I already have the front of the logo designed, and I used the title from the artwork we designed the other time. So I'm going to work on the back. Okay, all right. Sorry, I would have to open this container up. So it loads, and I'm going to copy my design from here. I'll just drag over everything, press Ctrl C, minimize it, come into Photoshop, and then press Ctrl V to paste. Go to OK. It should have the Smart Object option selected so that you can be free of pixelation issues. Okay, all right. So I just hold Alt, left click and drag. Okay, in Photoshop it is Alt, left click and drag to zoom in. Was in Illustrator it is Shift, Alt, left click and drag. Okay, so I'll do so. Okay, so Ctrl T first at first, then Alt. Okay, left click and drag. Okay, if it comes with the bounding box, just go straight forward. But if it doesn't, press Ctrl T. Okay, press Ctrl T first, then hold down Alt, left click and drag. Okay, to your right to increase, and then to your left to decrease the size. So right now you have something like this. Left click and move it upwards, and select this. There's something underneath it. Disable it and change its color. Double click on it here and change its color to white, like so. Okay, good. And you press Ctrl S to save so that it reflects on the mother layer. Okay, all right. So you come in here, and there we go. We have certain things that you have to delete. You just locate them and then get them deleted real quick. This one, okay, you press Ctrl S, and that is that. So let's increase the size a little bit. Ctrl T, like so. Okay, Ctrl S to save it or to overwrite. Okay, our previous application, and like so. Okay, like so. So this is for black t-shirt design, and we have white. So with white, I'll just disable the fill. Okay, so that the white color becomes disabled because it was a layer effect that was applied. So I've disabled it, and it's not going to apply again. And I'll come in here. So I'll press Ctrl S to overwrite what I did previously, and I'll visit the mother layer, and I'll change the color in there from black to white, and there we go. There we go. So thank you guys for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Today was about a logo design and a t-shirt presentation followed. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the week too, and have an exciting week. It's Inferno here. Peace out.